It was an eventful night as Dancing with the Stars Season 33 premiered last night right here on ABC 36.
Here to talk more about what happened last night is our local expert, Hunter Lyle of Arthur Murray Dance Studio of Lexington. Thank you so much for coming back.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's so good to be on here with you again. Can you believe we're in Season 33 and it's getting better and better? And we'll try to recap. There was the first night. There were no eliminations. So they're going to combine last night's score with next week and do a double elimination for next week. So that's going to be, everybody's on pins and needles, like who's going to go out. Although we have some news on the top two and the bottom two.
They're letting us get more attached to these people.
They are.
Before they pull the rug out from underneath one of them.
They really are, actually, We saw last night, and there were some interesting things that happened. I mean, number one, Chandler Kinney was a surprise. That was number one. They had the best score of the whole night.
Wow.
And when you watched her dance, I mean, it was tango was out of this world. And especially for night one. You know, you're brand new. They've only practiced for 2 weeks before this starts.
And you got to bring passion.
You do. And that the nerves are high. And she got out there and she nailed it, literally. But the high score was actually 23 out of 30 last night.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Wow.
Incredible.
Now, who else do you think fared pretty well?
Who surprised you?
You know, Dwight Howard, honestly. Okay, so it was really funny because he's so tall. He's a 6'11". I mean, and he got parried. You know, I was writing this down with Daniela, who is only like 5 foot, maybe nothing. And so when you watch the two of them, I mean, it is a large discrepancy. She handled it well. I was very surprised how well he did from night one. I expected them to develop, but she had the choreography to fit that height. And it was really good. And they got the second highest score of the night, actually.
Interesting.
And those lifts are going to be epic with those two, right?
She did a lift where he picked her up and kind of shook her a little bit like a rag doll. And I mean, it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
She's going to end up in the studio.
I sent a text to them immediately like, you guys, that was awesome. I was like, it was really, really cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay, so who were the disappointments?
So I wrote some notes on that too. So the bottom two. So Reginald Vell Johnson, who and Emma Slater. I really expected him to do a little better because he's an interesting actor. He was on Family Matters. He actually moved and grooved a little bit on that show.
Yes, he did.
But he is older, but they didn't allow him enough time to dance. So if you watch what happened, he's standing there and she's dancing around him. I would love to see him be less afraid. He looked a little afraid of it, and I hope by week 2 maybe he'll improve and get a little self-confidence.
And he's what, 72? So he's a little bit older, but still, we want to see him
We
move.
want to see him
move.
move.
We know he's got it.
Oh yeah, he does. He was a little bit, not shell-shocked, but you could just see he was afraid. And hopefully by week 2 he'll get some confidence. Keep going.
My goodness. Okay, so you said you had another
the last one, and then there was the last one. So I was really hoping for more. Eric Roberts, Julie Roberts' brother. Yeah, I was really hoping for more. I was wrong on that one, so I'm announcing that to the world. But basically, he had the last one. Now, he had a car accident, though. So his one side of his body is a little bit behind the other, and there's a coordination issue. And unfortunately, you could really see it when he was dancing. He struggled with that with the very last score. He did a great cha-cha, but again, that's a hard dance. It requires some coordination, some fast movement, and he wasn't there with that.
Gosh, kudos for getting out there.
Exactly,
that's circumstances,
and he wanted to do it. For 19 years, he's been wanting to be on the show, and he turned it down because of overlapping film roles. So he said, this year, I'm on, I want to do it. He did give it his all, you could tell.
Yeah, that's great.
Now,
what about the ankle bracelet? I've been hearing so much about
the blinged out ankle monitor, right?
Oh, it was blinged out, and I have really mixed feelings about this. So I was not impressed with her dancing. I didn't think she did very well.
I heard her personality was
not that great. She couldn't hide it. In my humble opinion, watching her history came out, and she was very fake in my mind. So again, I'm going to get controversial by saying that, but you know, I didn't think she was a real person. I'm like, okay, she said I'm playing a role, and I think that was pretty accurate. So I don't wish anybody badly. I hope she does better, but I was not impressed for week 1. I really thought she'd get a lower score.
But it was an exciting show.
It was, and the bling on an ankle bracelet, we never thought we'd see that in our lifetimes on Dancing with the Stars.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do, right? That's right.
That's incredible. So I guess we're going to find out what the judges think.
Next week, it's going to be back on for Oscars night. They're going to do a lot of film and TV. It's going to be a very exciting week number 2 for this thing.
Good. And you'll be back on Wednesday.
Yes,
next
Wednesdays.
Wednesday
Stay tuned. Every Wednesday at 3, we're going to be talking about this and probably some controversy along the way, and maybe even have, who knows, down the road a call-in from someone. I've got a surprise.
For all those viewers that their inner dancers are screaming to get out after last night, how do they get in touch with you?
Oh, it'd be wonderful. Look, we're going to do something cool. So go to the website, dancingiseasy.com. dancingisiseasy.com. We're going to do a prize for everybody that registers for free lessons. Not only do you get a free lesson to get started, but you're also going to enter in a drawing for a $1,000 prize at the end of this season. So go to dancingisiseasy.com and you're going to learn to dance. We make it easy. We've been here in Lexington 24 years.
Yeah.
We've known you all forever. It's like if you can walk in the door, you can learn to dance.
I was just going to say, I love that. I love that you've always said that. I've hung my head on that.
Right, it's so true.
All right, well, we'll look forward to your insights next week.
Thank you very much. It's so good to be on here with you guys.
Good
Great to see you.
Back with more. Stick around.